Hello, everyone. This is Gary Allen in Las Vegas. I'm excited to be on the webinar with you today. And Kayla, how are you?
Good. How are you, Gary?
Great to see you.
We've already got 4 people. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think they're going to add up pretty quickly here. I think we're going to have a full house. Hey guys, this is Gary Allen in Las Vegas. I'm a realtor, and on the recording with me, the webinar is Kayla Lieblick, who is a realtor out of Fort Collins, Colorado. And we are excited to have you on the webinar with us. We're going to be sharing some great information, information that's going to put money in your pocket, and you'll have a lot of fun too. So let's go ahead and get started, and we will have people join here in the next few minutes. So guys, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I come from the insurance industry. I did 25 years of auto and home insurance, and after the recession hit, I decided that I needed to ride a new horse. So I did. After 25 years, I just got tired of it, and so I got my real estate license 4 years ago, and about a year into being a realtor, I went to this event here at the Mirage Hotel that had about 10,000 people. And there was a gentleman up on stage by the name of Jordan Adler. And Jordan is very well known in marketing networks, marketing circles. And I knew who Jordan was, and I knew that he represented a company called Send Out Cards. There you go. Yeah, Jordan wrote a great book, actually 2 books now. The first one is Beach Money, and then he just finished writing Better Than Beach Money, which I think is in print and able to be purchased now. Both of them are great books. Yep, there they are. So I knew who Jordan was, and I knew that he represented a company called Send Out Cards, but I had never checked it out myself. And I'd been a realtor for about a year. And so that night I got on my computer and I started checking it out, and I was absolutely amazed that this system was available, and that it would be, I knew from the beginning that it would be very powerful for my real estate business. Well, why is that? Guys, we are in the people business. We are in the relationship business. And when I discovered that I could actually create a greeting card from my phone or from my app or from my computer in a matter of a minute, and send it out and have the company print it, stuff it, stamp it, mail it, add a gift, and I could do it for a very minimal cost of about $1.67 per card, including the stamp, then I knew that this was going to be a powerful system when I can use it in conjunction with Facebook, because people put their lives on Facebook, and there's so much information that you can give back to your sphere of influence, your clients, and it's just so easy. So I'm going to talk a little bit about relationship marketing, and then Kayla's going to talk a little bit about how to use this system, and she's been using it very effectively to go after FSBOs and expireds. And so guys, again, we're in the people business, the relationship business. And so if we are able to use a system that makes better connections, that turns strangers into friends, turns prospects into clients, and probably the most important thing is to be able to turn clients into raving referral fans, then that's a powerful system, and it has put a lot of money in my pocket, and I know it's doing the same for Kayla. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly, and I'm going to show you an example of a card that I created and sent out. These folks purchased a home for me 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and newlywed couple. And they moved here from St. George. He's a helicopter pilot. And so we became Facebook friends. And lo and behold, they ended up having a little baby boy. And they posted that information on Facebook. And so I took this picture off of Facebook and I put it on a physical greeting card that goes through the mail and lands in their post box a couple days later. And so it just has a picture of the little baby boy, and I just put "So Beautiful" on it. On the inside of the card, I put a color in it. He's a little baby boy, so I put some blue. And I just say, Tim and Becky, you must be so proud and happy. Your baby is absolutely adorable. He couldn't ask for finer people in his life. And I went and added this to I added a little gift to it. And so I'm going to show you that gift, hopefully. It might take a second to show it to you, but I wanted to show it to you just because it's so adorable. And let me find that, children. I sent them Jingles the Blue Giraffe. I just got to find it. Let's see, maybe it's on page 2.
Oh, no,
It better be in there.
I thought I saw him on the wall.
But there's all kinds of gifts. Yeah, let me go back. There's all kinds of gifts that you can send to children, Tumble Bottom's lamb, Jingles the Blue Giraffe, Jingles the Pink Giraffe. Let's see here. It doesn't seem to be one. There we go. Let's see if I can go back to page 1. So I just wanted to show it to you. There's the Giving Bear. Here it is. Jingles the Blue Giraffe. I just went right by it. Yep. So I did that along with the card that, I created in a matter of a couple minutes, and I sent it off to them. So about a week later, they called me and said, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It's really very, very kind of you, and very thoughtful. And then a couple of weeks go by, and lo and behold, they call me up and say, hey, a friend of ours is thinking about buying a home, and we want them to meet you. So, guys, here's what it is. It's being able to love on your network and then them going to work for you and sending you referrals. So being in the people business, if we have a tool that's easy, inexpensive, but powerful, it'll end up being a great way to increase your sales, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. And so another way that I've used this is my first year, I put someone into a rental home, and we became Facebook friends. So I'm going to recommend that you do that with all of your prospects and all of your clients. And a couple months later, he posted a picture on on his news feed that I saw of him and his wife celebrating their 1-year anniversary. So he's in the white tux, she's in the gown, and they're cutting the wedding cake. And so I took that picture and I put it on a card, and then I put it on the inside of this card with a couple of champagne glasses, in front of a sunset, and I just said happy anniversary. So about a week later, Newly calls me and he says, dude, my wife adores you so much. Thank you for sending that card. And I sent him a 4-pack of brownies, because we have all kinds of food items that you can send along with it. And, so he has a couple small kids, so I sent him some brownies. And he said, the kids love the brownies. They're great. So we chatted for a few minutes. The last thing he said to me is, hey, my dad's moving back to Vegas, and even though he's purchased 3 homes from the same realtor, I want him to meet you. So I met with Byron a couple weeks later, and we found him a $750,000 home with a huge garage and a separate room, a separate kind of house for his mother. And that was a $750,000 transaction that I would not have received if I hadn't have sent this little $15 card and gift to Newly with a picture of them cutting their wedding cake. So it's a super powerful way to get referrals, because what ends up happening is that you kind of go from out here in the ether to top of mind and then top of heart. And that's where the referral machine is at. When you do this consistently, and your clients start to fall in love with you because you lift them up, you encourage them, you appreciate them. So whether they have a newborn puppy or their son hit their first home run and they take a picture of that and put it on Facebook, or their Hawaii vacation where they post all kinds of pictures, you can take those pictures and give it back to them. And when you do that consistently, they understand that you are connecting with them on a much deeper level than a like or a comment on their Facebook post. It's just that tangible card is very, very powerful. So I've gone into people's homes months after I have sent them a card, and my card is on their refrigerator or it's on their credenza at their desk. It really, really works well. So one final example, and this is kind of a more traditional way that I use this, is I created a 3-panel card. I had a listing, and on the inside of the 3-panel card, I went and put the outside of the home, and on the edges, I put the pool and the kitchen and kind of the high points of the home. And the cool thing about this is that I created this card as if the owners of the home sent it out to their neighbors. So I got a list of 100 neighbors around John and Joan, and I loaded that group, that CSV file, into my send out card system, and I connected it with this one card, and I hit send. So that night, 100 cards were printed. It went out to 100 neighbors the next day, and about a week later, someone calls me, and he goes, "Hey, I'm moving into Vegas. I'm an engineer at the power station, and I currently live in Apple Valley, but I'm moving into Vegas, and one of my coworkers at the power plant handed me this card." So he was a neighbor, right? He got the card. He knew that he was looking to buy a home. So he said, "Hey, I want to take a look at this home." So I was like, "Great, fantastic." So I showed him this home. Now, he didn't end up buying this home. It wasn't the right fit for him, but he did buy a new home from me. So I sent this card to 100 neighbors. It's a $2 card, including the stamp. So it was a $200 campaign, and it brought me in a $19,000 commission. So there's ways that you can use this. We create postcards, 2-panel cards, a 3-panel card like this one has, or you can create a big card that's like 8 by 11, and send it off from your phone or your laptop in a matter of a couple minutes, and it's very, very powerful. So if you love on your network, if you appreciate your network, you're going to find it. And as long as you do it consistently, you're going to find a couple of your people in your network are going to go to work for you. And they're going to hear someone across the room saying, "I'm thinking about buying or selling." It's like, "You need to meet my realtor. She is the nicest person. He is the nicest person." And this will work for you as well. So Kayla, I'd like for you to talk a little bit about, you've been using this for about 3 or 4 months. I met Kayla through Lab Coat Agents. She had a post about who's using send out cards and for the real estate business. So I responded to her, and Kayla got signed up here probably mid-October. And you started using this pretty strongly in November. And talk to us a little bit about how you have used this and the kind of success that you're having going after FSBOs and expireds.
So, Gary, thanks. Thanks for hosting tonight. This is just awesome. I love doing these with you. There might be some people in the group who are not in real estate. Just so you know, this does apply to all businesses. I posted it on one of my local pages, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I started using this in November, and it was just one of those things where I love sending cards, and every January I used to go out and buy dozens of birthday cards. I would collect Father's Day cards and Mother's Day cards and stuff throughout the year, and it was just one of those things that I loved to do. And so when I talked to Gary, that was kind of my main idea was, okay, well, at least this will save me time and save me money when I'm sending cards to the people that I love. And then I got this idea of, well, everyone always talks about, sending packets and sending information to potential clients like FSBOs and expireds. And so what was really cool was I ended up creating a campaign, and on November 1st, we were going to do a 30-day trial. And so for 30 days, my assistant, who unfortunately no longer works with me, she would send a 4-card campaign that's, you click it and it sends, and that's all you have to do, to every single expired home in our area. And so I'll show you here in a little bit exactly what those cards look like, because that's what that's what you're here for. And what I didn't count on was getting phone calls from people. I figured that I would also cold call and talk to people, and hopefully they would recognize my face from the card, and they'd be like, "Oh, this girl's everywhere." Well, what actually happened is people started getting my cards, particularly expireds. That's kind of where my bread and butter is. And they would reach out to me and say, "Hey, we got your card in the mail. We really love it. We love your marketing. It's just fantastic. When can you come over to talk to us and see if you can sell our house?" And the first time that happened, I got off the phone, and I think I was so dumbfounded I forgot to ask for their address, but luckily their phone number popped up. So I was able to look it up through my system. But it's not a thing that really happens. We don't get a lot of come list me's. And so, you know, we got the first one right around the third week that people would have been receiving things, which, okay, we're sitting here going, okay, well, maybe it's got to ramp up. You know, we sent out cards every single day for 30 days. So we had another month of things coming in. And what we didn't do was stop sending them after the end of November, because we had landed, and I'm going to use numbers because numbers for my first 90 days, because those are the easiest for me to remember right now. So from November until the end of, what is that, end of January? Yeah, end of January, I set over $6 million worth of appointments in real estate, which I think was like 9 appointments, just from people calling me to come and talk to them about selling their house. So yeah, $6 million, 9-ish appointments in 90 days, spending about, I can't remember exactly what I spent, but I know that the ROI came out to about $15 for every dollar spent. And that's in landed signed listings. So I think at that point I had signed about $2 million in listings, which would be about $60,000 in commission, right? That math is right. Yes. $60,000 in commission. And I had spent something like $3,000. The other thing I didn't count on was the group of people that I would be talking to, like you guys here. I've created, some of you sign up with the send out cards at the end of the night, or you meet me and or you're from my office or whatever. And the people that I've met, what was the ROI? The ROI was $15 for every dollar that I spent. I got $15 back. I think it was I spent $3,000 and I got $60,000 back. So that's pretty phenomenal. Gary Keller tells us that $4 for every dollar spent is a pretty dang good ROI. So quadruple that and you're doing pretty freaking phenomenal. I think he would agree. So yeah, it was really, really eye-opening for me. And so I've been using send out cards ever since. And basically I'm letting them set the appointments for me at this point. I don't have much else. Like, I still cold call the people that I'm sending cards to. And actually right now, I haven't sent cards this month yet because I am so busy that I actually cannot physically find the time in the day to sit down and send out the cards. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to outsource that to either a VA or a new assistant or something like that. But it's been crazy. We have eight pending right now from send out cards. So, and pending, for those of you who might not be in real estate, is a transaction that we expect to close in the next 45 days because there is a buyer and a seller and they have a contract. Yeah, great problems to have for sure. Like, I'm not complaining. I am operating off of about 4 hours of sleep for about 48 hours worth of work right now. So the fact that I'm coherent is kind of amazing. But no, it's been great. And so let's kind of dig into the system and exactly what I do. And then, oh, and I'll show you just real quick because there are so many ways to use this, whether it's for real estate or whatever business. I sent, so kind of on Gary's whole spiel of loving on your sphere, I sent a card to a friend of mine. I didn't even personalize it that much because I didn't know you could, at that point, that you could add photos to the front of the card. I know. Gary's probably rolling his eyes at me. But I didn't know. And so I sent them a $25 gift card and I said, congratulations on your wedding. And it was just a previous client that I had worked with. And she sent me a thank you card. So that was super cool. Like, you don't expect to get thank you cards for congratulations cards. And on the inside, just so you guys can see it, Kayla, thank you so much for the $25 gift card. My little sister is looking to buy here soon, and I already gave her your business card. Heart, Clarissa, and Jake Riggins. And so, you know, that's a client that I'm still, like, we're still in the process of getting her started with buying because buyers are a little bit more difficult to get started. But that's okay because that's still a referral to a family member. So that made a huge impression on them. Another way that I've started using it just for realtors, to show appreciation to the people in my industry. So not necessarily, like, I created campaigns this week where I'm sending a congratulations card because your offer was accepted. And so when we accept your offer, you're going to get a card from me, possibly with brownies, depending on how difficult the negotiations were, just saying that I'm excited to work with you, showing appreciation. If you didn't get an accepted offer, I keep up the good work, just wanted to say thank you so much and show people that their work isn't going unnoticed. So, trying to keep my relationships with the people that I work with, as well as my clients, in good repair. So let me, we've got a question. Oh, okay. So let me do a screen share, and I'm going to start showing you guys my system. So if you got an email from me, the real estate resource on Facebook, I'm going to post this into the chat, is, if I can, where's my chat? I don't have a chat. Okay. This is my Facebook group that's designed to basically start helping the people who have signed up with Send Out Cards, whether it's under me and Gary or not. I don't really care. I just want everyone to succeed. So if you have something, please join us. We just want to get good ideas and talk to people and share referrals. I've gotten referrals just from this group because everyone is so helpful and caring. And so please feel free to join us. We would love that. But in this group, you'll also find my secret sauce. Sorry, there's my dog. He's pretty cute. So if you go to the photos section of this group, you'll find a bunch of awesome things. Like there's Jordan's books. And if you sign up, I will just say, if you sign up under Gary or I before the 15th, you get an invite to a private conference call with us to discuss whatever your goals are and send out cards and real estate, whatever you want. It's going to be awesome. We should have about 10 people on my side on the call, at least at this point. So anyways, sorry, I got sidetracked. So go to photos and then go to albums, and that's where you'll find the expired system. I have my FSBO system in there as well, but I love expireds. They are just my bread and butter. So I think that's where my focus is. My focus this year is going to be expireds and open houses, which I don't know if you know this, but you should send a thank you card to anyone who attends your open house and gives you their name and their phone number, and if you can, their address. I have been able to get those from people just by asking. I know, crazy, just ask. People give it to you, or look it up in public records and be a complete stalker. I'm okay with that too. I've been sending thank you cards for that as well. But anyways, okay, expired. I swear I'm focused. So this is the first card that my potential clients get, that my prospects get. And basically it's, I do take a photo off of either the MLS or, it's just one card. Do not mass market with someone else's photos. That's a terrible idea. I take one photo. If I don't like that photo, I'll search Zillow to see if there's someone else's photos or something, if the sellers took their own, or I'll go to Google and do the maps and put the little guy down and just screenshot a picture of their house. A lot of those work, and you end up with a pretty decent shot. And so then I have this little for sale sign, sold sign out on front. And so what it looks like when I created the campaign is it looks blank, and then I go in after I send the campaign to everyone, and then I edit each of the first cards for each person, and I just change the front photo. So it's incredibly easy to do. The interior of that photo, and you can tell which card you're on by looking right here, basically says, my name's Kayla. How in the heck did your home not sell? Is my script when I'm calling people as well. And so that's what really gets it. Like people, it takes people off guard. They go, I don't know how my home didn't sell. I've even had people go, oh, well, we did overprice it. Like, what? You overpriced your home? Is this going to be the easiest listing presentation I've ever had? Awesome. So I like to disarm people. And so, I say, I was just curious how it didn't sell. Or I usually say, I was just curious how in the heck your home didn't sell. Please call me. I have a strategy. And I've had people say, hey, you had a strategy. I want to hear your strategy. I'm like, great. I can do that in person on this day. Does that work? Yes. Someone was asking about branding earlier, and yes, definitely brand your cards. What's beautiful about send out cards is that you can pick, I think it's 10 different designs for the backs of your cards. And so this is the one that I use for my expireds. It has my mass mailing disclosures, because they are mass mailing, but they don't really need to know that very well. It has my photo, it has my company name, and it has, you know, it's got everything to stay in compliance. So you can design it yourself. I have a few tricks to change things up and get them a little bit more designery. But you can pretty much design it however you want. If you don't go with the package that has the designer backs, you can still put your information on the inside of the card. I just prefer everything on the back. The second card they get about 5 to 7 days later. Hang in there. Little kid doing his homework. I have a solution for you. And in this card, you can actually see that's my actual handwriting. They converted it to a font for me. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but my handwriting is terrible, and it gets worse when I'm actually writing things. And so it actually looks presentable in this, and I've had people say, oh, I can't believe you hand wrote me those cards. Well, I didn't. I mailed them through send out cards. So people do comment on those. But, you know, my name's Kayla. You just reiterate the same thing and really drill into them who you are. I love to meet with you to show you how I get houses sold. Also, never say home, always say house. Psychology there. You want them to separate themselves from it. I have a Brave Homes program, so I go into that a little bit. And then my information. And then, you know, the next card they get another week later. So at this point, this is their third card over the course of 2 weeks. And so then when life hands you lemons, you turn them into lemonade for your next open house. I love open houses. It's so much fun for me. So, again, this one got switched to my handwriting later, but this one, you know, I'm a local, I'm sure by now you've gotten a card or two from me and maybe even a call. So the key to this is that I'm also cold calling people while I'm sending these out. That really, it does make a difference. I've had people call me that I've never been able to get in touch with, or that I just literally haven't even called to set an appointment. I've had people reach out to me without talking to them first, but it's a lot more impactful when they go, oh yeah, we got your message, we got your cards. They tend to pay attention a little bit more. So, you know, as you can see, I'm eager to help you achieve the goal of selling your house. One of the top 10 agents in my office, highly recommended by my clients, blah, blah, blah. Make it personal about you. Make it in your style. And just be you. Have fun with these cards. Get them sent out, and you'll see what happens. If at first you don't succeed, call me. That's, you know, I specialize in expireds, so I'd say 75% of my listings have come from expireds since I've started in the industry. And so to me, you know, it's my thing. Marketing and actively searching for your buyer is something I do daily for all of my clients. I promise if you put me to work for you, you won't be disappointed. So I might start including a couple of testimonials here just to personalize it even a little bit more. But those are the 4 cards that people get over the series of about 3 weeks, 21 days.
Those are all automated, right? You put someone into a 4-card campaign, and you can pretty much forget about it.
Yes, and so what's cool, here's the Send Out Cards Campaign Manager. So you design your campaign in here. I'm just going to open this up so you can see. You select your return address. So if it's a personal card, you put your personal address there. If it's your work address, or if it's a work cards, put your work address there. But you can see, you know, so they're all 7 days apart. You can see where you can select the backs that you get to use, that sort of thing. And then you can walk yourself through the entire campaign. One other thing that you can do is you can send a gift, like Gary was talking about with the giraffe. You can send a gift with your campaigns. And so what I do, since that campaign is already set, all I have to do is add a person to it, or add a bunch of people to it at the same time. Go through, change that first card, add brownies if I think it's a listing that I really, really want. And no one can ever say no to the brownies. I will say that. If you get on the phone with them and they've received and eaten those brownies, they will not say no to you. I have had people say, oh, you're the one who sent me the brownies. When would you like to come over? Because I certainly can't say no to baked goods. And so you definitely get a lot of value for those. But yeah, you can create as many campaigns as you'd like. I have dozens depending on what, there's the accepted offer. I send out my holiday cards through this. It makes your life so much easier. But yeah, it's all automated. And so you really don't have to do anything after you put in their address, which you can even upload in a spreadsheet. You put in their address and then you add them to the campaign and then you're good. And so I'll show you the easiest way to add them to the campaign. I have, so like, where's my expireds? I can't, okay. So Vulcan 7 is the dialer that I use. So Vulcan 7 expired card campaign. So these are people who have had that campaign started. There should be another one in here somewhere. Oh, expired's not yet started on a campaign. So when I first upload people in, I put them into this group. And then as soon as I start the campaign, I move them to this group. That way I know who's on what and who's gotten cards and who's getting cards and that sort of thing. That's most of the things. Like, I use this for a lot of the personal things as well, like Gary was sharing. I'll show you my new favorite thing. So I sent this card that you're about to see to a client of mine who just had a baby. And they had just closed on their house, so they were super grateful to be in their new house. But here you go. This is the card. There's no talking. It's just showing. It's a big card. It's 8.5 by 11 on one side, so it's 11 by 17 total. The wife called me crying. See the back? Mic drop. Look at that. Totally personal. They love it. And so that was really cool for me to see. They both posted it on their individual Facebook. I think his comments on this were hilarious if I can get them to show. Let me see here. Because it basically said, something along the lines of, oh, I'm blocking it myself with the video. Sorry, guys. So the comments were, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Thank you. And then he said, I was going to make a little joke, but was instructed not to, thanks to his lovely wife. And the joke was, I was going to say, I think we're being Facebook stalked by the greatest realtor ever, Seymour, and now family friend. That's the connection that we're shooting for here. So whether it's just an expired that you're prospecting, you're looking to make that connection with them and become their friend, become their family friend. And so once you get in touch with those expireds and you start talking to them, whether they list with you or not, there's a good chance that another shoddy realtor will come by and maybe they got the listing and that sucks. But you can still, if you can friend them on Facebook, you will be able to stalk them and create a personal relationship with them. If anyone has seen Tony Giordano, he basically uses Facebook for all of his marketing. And he just talks about how that 6 degrees of separation just done as soon as you become friends on Facebook. It doesn't take any time to build those relationships. And so that's what's amazing about this. And it's even more amazing when you're sending cards that everyone keeps posting on Facebook. Gary, what do I normally add that I'm forgetting today?
Well, I think you've done a pretty good job of it. Here's one thing that I want to mention, and then I'm going to show a little bit about how to use what the different options are to use this. But, Kayla's an agent with KW. I'm an agent with EXP. We're both very interested in growing our business. And so when you meet a realtor that's out there with another broker, shaking the hand and having a chat with them is great. But what would be even better is doing that and then sending them a card, going on their Facebook page, grabbing a picture of them, and personalizing the card and saying, hey, it was great meeting you. I look forward to sharing more of my exciting company with you. And if you do that consistently, because, not everyone is ready to move, right? And my attitude is, I hope you're happy with your brokerage, but I know a certain percentage are not. And so this is a great way to separate yourself and stay in touch with people in a very thoughtful, meaningful way. And when they are ready to move, then you're going to be at the top of their mind. So it's just a great way not only to get FSBOs and expireds and go into contract with your sphere of influence and get referrals, but it's a great way to build your real estate team. And I know Kayla and I are very excited about that. So it's just, there's so many ways that you can use this, guys, to make better relationships, make better contacts, turn strangers into friends, prospects into clients. and clients into raving referral fans. And that's really what's so exciting about this. It's amazing what a little piece of paper and ink will do for your business. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. We're in the people business. We're in the relationship building business. And this is the way that you can separate yourself from all the other realtors that are out there. So one thing that I do when I go on a listing appointment, I'll take a picture of the home. I'll go inside, give the presentation, and on the way out to my car, I'm actually creating a card. I'm speaking into my phone. It's typing it out. And before I've turned on the ignition to my car, I have sent them a card with a gift saying, thank you for your time. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your listing. It just is so many ways you can use this. When you meet someone, send them a card. When someone refers you, a listing or a buyer, send them a card and a gift because you want to encourage that. Love on your network. Go after FSBOs and expireds. We've all made phone calls going after FSBOs and expireds, and that energy is not a lot of fun. The normal reaction is, you're the 10th agent that's called me today. I really don't want to talk. But there's something called the law of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity states that if you do nice things for people, they tend to want to do nice things back for you. So give something of value to someone before you ask of something of value from them. And the whole dynamic changes. So, Kayla talked about, she sent off a card with a couple brownies, and this person called her and said, you need to come over because I really can't refuse baked goods. And it's just that kind of energy, that breaking of the ice, that more of when you meet someone, it's more of a hug than a handshake. It's really a super powerful way to grow real estate business. And it's flat out fun. So I want to give you an example of someone that I know. Her name is Gail Zintek. She's a realtor out of Michigan. She's been using send out cards for about 7 years. And back when she started, she was at about 30% referral. So what she does is she goes into her office and she only uses send out cards. That's her only marketing. And she just goes into her office, gets on Facebook, and starts sending out cards and gifts to her sphere of influence and waits for the phone to ring. So she's now at 98% referral. And last year she did, I think, 65 transactions, which is pretty darn good. And so, another cool feature about send out cards, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, is that both Kayla and I, all of our marketing costs are pretty much paid by sharing send out cards. So, I chose, when I saw this, I knew how powerful it was going to be for my real estate business. And if I liked it, I knew that other realtors would like it. And so I became a distributor and I started sharing send out cards. It does not distract me from my real estate business. We've always got a moment or two that we can talk to a realtor in the office or, your transaction partner that you've closed a deal with. Send them a card. Just these little touches are just absolutely amazing. So it's great, really, if you decide that you want to use this as a client, fantastic. If you decide that you want to use it as a client/distributor, fantastic. It doesn't matter to us. We just want you to see this information, and I'm going to go ahead and get into that now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Yep. Kayla, why don't you take over for just a minute?
Yes, pay attention to this. This is the part that you'll probably need later. I'm going to add the in the chat, I'm going to add my link. Okay, sorry. I'm done interrupting.
You're good. So guys, there's 3 different parts to send out cards. You can use 1, you can use 2, you can use all 3. It's really up to you. The first part is the monthly subscription for $39 a month. That's going to give you 100 points per month. So what is a point? Well, we have 4 different types of cards. We have a postcard. That's a 1-point card. So for $39 a month, you could send off 100 postcards per month. Or the standard 2-panel card, the standard greeting card, this is a 3-point card. So I'd be able to send off 33 of these a month, basically 1 a day. Now, as a realtor, I think it's very easy to send 2 or 3 cards a day. It's just when you love and appreciate your network, the people that you meet, it's really very easy. And if it pays you to do it, it's probably a good thing to do. So anyway, I can send off 33 of these cards a month for my $39. Now, just FYI, we do have a little side fund that's called the expense fund because the points pay for cards and gifts, but the expense fund pays for postage. They'll pull out 50 cents for a first-class stamp. Everything's first-class mailing. Or if you wanted to put a Starbucks card in the card and put $5 into it, they'll pull that from the expense fund as well. So we get that set up. We help you get that set up. So anyway, I digress. The 3-panel card is a 4-point card. So I could send 25 of these a month for my $39 subscription. There's no contract. You can cancel at any time. And if you don't use all of your points, they roll over for 18 months. So if I only use 50 of my points this month, then next month I have 150 points that are waiting there for me to use. And, I think it's easy to use more than 100 points. So if I did that, then I just would add a couple points at a time until my subscription renews. You can buy 1 point at a time, 10 points at a time, 100 points at a time, above and beyond your standard subscription. You can also set your subscription to be, more than 100 points a month. So if you know that you're going to send out 200 points a month, you can set your subscription for that. You can also make your subscription be less than $39 a month. You will pay a higher price point per point. So if you set up a subscription for $20 a month, you'd be able to send 12 or 14 cards a month, and your points, it would cost 49 cents per point. But it just basically means that your card is, rather than being $1.67, if you kind of translate your points into costs, a 3-point card is $1.17 plus a 50-cent stamp. That's $1.77. But if you were paying 49 cents a point because you had a less than $39 subscription, you're still paying less than $2 a card. And I think if you use this, you're going to get feedback. You're going to start getting feedback from your network pretty quickly about how cool it is. Within a week, you're going to start getting people calling you, texting you, emailing you, posting their card on Facebook. And if you do it consistently, you're going to start getting referrals. I mean, it just is that simple. All right, I digress. So that's the monthly subscription, $39 per month, no contract, cancel at any time. And if you don't use all your points, they roll over. The second part of send out cards is a bundle. So as a realtor, I would recommend taking the marketing bundle. That is a one-time charge of $395. And this just gives you added features to the subscription. So it gives you the custom brand manager. This is the ability to brand the back of the card so that you can have the front and the inside be all about your recipient, and then your information is on the back. And you actually have unlimited brands that you can use on the back of your card. So I have one for real estate. I have one that is for my send out cards business. I have one that just has a big heart on it if I want to, just send love to someone. You can have one for your family where it's you and your spouse and your kids. I had a Christmas tree that was kind of just a beautiful Christmas tree on my Christmas card. And you can decide how you want to brand yourself when you send out the card. So that's the custom brand manager that comes with any of the bundles that you buy. It also gives you, with the marketing bundle, what they call the memory vault, which is basically just more storage. With the basic storage that you get with your subscription or with the personal bundle, you can have 1,500 contacts in your system. You can save 50 campaigns. And again, this card here was a campaign card, and I created one card and I sent it off to 100 people. So one of your campaigns can be one card going to many people. Or you can put many cards going to one person, like Kayla uses with her expireds or FSBO campaign. Or you could put, I think it's a great idea to put the basics into a campaign. So someone gets a birthday card, a holiday card, an anniversary card without you really having to worry about it. Once you put someone in the campaign, you can forget about it. The only thing you want to do is a year, at the beginning of the year, maybe you want to just change your card so they don't get a duplicate card. So one card going to many people, that's a campaign. Many cards going to one person, like you're dripping on them, that's another campaign. So with the basic storage, you can save 50 campaigns. You can also save 250 saved cards and 500 saved photos. But with the SOC memory vault, you actually get more storage, more contacts to save, more campaigns that you can save, more photos, more cards. All right, so with the bundles, you also get some bonus points. So with the marketing bundle, you're going to get 200 bonus points. These are points that they don't roll over like the subscription does. These only last for 2 months. So the whole point is to use these points. Get the word out. Start sending cards and gifts out. Get used to using the system, and just make sure and use those points, and then your subscription will take over after that. With the marketing bundle, you're also going to get the handwriting and the signature package. So there's a form that you fill out that you write out your ABCs, both in uppercase and lowercase, your 1, 2, 3s, your different punctuation. And down at the bottom of that form, there's 4 spaces that you can choose how you want to sign your card. So it might be your first name, it might be your legal name, it could be printed, it could be cursive. You get to choose. And then when you're working, creating a card on your phone or your laptop, you can just hit the signature icon and choose how you want to sign that card. And it's just that personalized touch. So that gives you, the marketing bundle gives you those 2 features. Probably one of the most important thing that the marketing bundle gives you is the MRM training portal. That stands for Master Relationship Marketing. And this is probably worth the $395 in and of itself, because this is really valuable training, online content on how to use send out cards to grow your business, how to use appreciation marketing to love on your network, and lo and behold, it builds your business. There's also a campaign that's pretty much set up for you. It's a first impressions kit. This is a card that's in satin white or satin black. It's a little bit thicker card stock. It is a 5-point card because it is a thicker card stock, and it has a special coating on it in the satin white or satin black. And this campaign is about 80% set up. You want to go in and put your picture on it, brand it, maybe change a few of the words, but this campaign is almost ready to go right out of the box. So this is what I recommend for most business owners, because it has everything that Send Out Cards has in terms of added feature. Now, you could start off with a personal bundle, which is a one-time charge of $195, and that's going to give you the custom brand manager, the ability to brand the back of the card. It's going to give you the signature package, but not the handwriting. It's going to give you 100 bonus points and basic storage. And then if you ever wanted to, you can upgrade from the personal bundle to the marketing bundle just by paying that difference of $200. And then lastly, the business bundle. This is a great bundle for someone that, for example, maybe has a real estate team. You're the leader, the team leader, and you have an outside sales agent, and you want to give them a sub-account, like a multi-user account. So you could have your outside sales rep have their own account that's branded how you want it, because you're in control of that. But they can go, and without going into the main account, they can send their own cards and gifts. And each month you put a few points in there, and it allows them to do it. So this has everything that the marketing bundle has, but it does give you the multi-user accounts. It gives you a couple portals at the training portal, and it gives you 400 bonus points. So that's the first part, again, is the subscription. The second part are the different bundles that just add features to your subscription. The third part, this may be of interest to you, it may not. It was of great interest to me and Kayla because we saw this as a way that we could, at the very minimum, pay for our marketing costs to use Send Out Cards to grow our real estate business. But both of us have taken it the next step. We're both actively building a Send Out Cards business. And, I'm making a couple $1,000s a month on a very part-time basis. So it pays for my car, it pays for my house, and, most of my living expenses. And I'm able to sock away a lot of my real estate commissions. So, I tease people now and I say right now, Send Out Cards pays the income taxes on my real estate. But as this grows and kind of spider webs out through the nation, 5 years from now, real estate's going to be paying the income taxes on my Send Out Cards business. The guy that I saw on stage 3 years ago, Jordan Adler, who wrote the books Beach Money and Better Than Beach Money, has been with Send Out Cards for about 13 years. And he has brought on 2 or 3 distributors a month over 13 years. So he's sponsored about 450 people. Those 450 people have grown to 150,000 representatives in 6 countries. He has about 500,000 clients under his umbrella. He gets paid on every single one of them. And he makes more in a month than Kayla and I make in a year. So there is a serious business here that you want to do it part-time until the point that maybe you don't. Maybe you want to at some point do it full-time. It's entirely up to you. So again, this may be of interest to you. It may not be. But if you do join as a distributor, just know that Kayla and I are here to help you to grow your business. And, we'll do the heavy lifting. Just bring people to this webinar and we'll go through everything. And when they sign up, we're going to help you to sign them up underneath you, and you get paid. And we get paid not only on the front, but we get paid for all the volume of my entire organization. I've got realtors across the country that use this system that I've signed up, and that they've signed up some people, and I get paid on it all. So almost every week I'm getting a check from something that I have no connection to whatsoever. I don't know really, I see the person in my back office, but I don't really have a strong relationship with that distributor. I don't know the person that they signed up. I didn't spend any time with that distributor because they've learned it and they've taken it on their own shoulders to build their business for themselves. But it's a great way to leverage yourself. Here's probably the most important thing that I can say to you guys, whether you're in KW or EXP, or you have a network marketing business. Guys, here it is. We will never be free if we work with our own two hands. It's so important to learn the concept of leverage. That's why I joined EXP. That's why Kayla joined KW, is that we can not only do our thing and do contracts, buyers and sellers, so forth, but we can grow an organization that allows us to have our time back. Guys, I don't know about you, but because of the downturn in the economy and me having too many nice cars, I did not save any money for retirement. And if you talk to a lot of people, they're in the same boat. They don't even really like to talk about it because they think retirement is a deep, dark, black hole that scares the crap out of them. So I knew that I needed to be creative with how I grew my retirement income. I don't want to live on Social Security. I don't want to take a 70% pay cut. That may be fine for some people that want to sit at home and watch TV all day long. That's not my idea of retirement. I want to go out and do things. And when you go out and do things, it takes money. And so it's so important to be able to grow a business that you can leverage yourself through others and be able to buy your time freedom back. And that's what a business like this does. That's what a business like EXP and Keller Williams does. It allows us to grow an organization, help those people to be successful. And when you do that to enough people, lo and behold, you're going to be very successful yourself. So again, that may be of interest to you. It may not. It's totally fine. We love our clients. We need clients. And if you just use this for yourself to grow your real estate business, you're going to do great. And you're going to make a lot more money. But if you want to supercharge it and become a distributor, we'll help. We're happy to help you do that.
Yep.
All right.
One thing.
Now it is 4:52. Let's go ahead.
I'll just point out the one thing. So when I signed up with a marketing bundle, just so everyone knows. I saw value in the handwriting because mine's so terrible, and also in the custom brand manager. But I did, I'm a passive income type of person. So for me, being a distributor for $50 a year, you look at the pay structure of it, and you only have to sell, I think, 3 total packages, or 3 of the marketing bundles to have everything that you just paid for covered. So there's really, no reason not to. It's $50 if you can't sell 1 in a year. I would be surprised, but it's just a phenomenal system for building your business. It's a phenomenal system for building your real estate business or whatever your business is, because every single business can use this. It's just a phenomenal tool for everyone, and that's why we want to share it with you guys, and that's why we do these webinars. You do have options to use computer fonts, and then I don't know what just happened in my chat. Okay. The largest card you can send, I believe it's folded. It's the size when it arrives is 8.5 by 11. That's that video that I showed you from my client. It's 8.5 by 11, but when you unfold it, it's 11 by 17. Gary, did you record this one?
Yeah, bear with me here for a second, Kayla. So I screwed up. I thought I did this completely. So I created just a little Canva thing with the link. So if I invited you to this event then if you want to find out more information, please reach out to me. But here's my website, which is sendoutcards.com/go mobile. And Kayla, I apologize. I thought I did it correctly with you, but if you reached out to someone and they joined us, please go to www.sendoutcards.com/ what is the number?
216581. I'll post that in the chat right now.
I apologize for that, Kayla. I thought I did that correctly.
Okay. And so, yeah, whoever brought you here, whoever brought you to this webinar, that's who you should be signing up under. Yeah, basically whoever's responsible for you, that's the whole thing. But we're here as a team to really help everyone grow. That's what the Facebook page is for. That's what Gary is for. You know, I just got started in November, so for me, I'm still learning this whole thing, which is why Gary's here helping and why he's so amazing, and it's just such an awesome process. Like I still don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I'm still making, you know, tens of thousands of dollars by loving on my clients. So what other questions do you guys have? We would love to answer your questions, see what we can do to help. See if there's any questions. Is anyone debating signing up? Does anyone have any questions about the system for expireds? Did everyone get into the Facebook group? Because that's also free. What else can we offer you guys? We're trying to just bleed value here. So
this is your time. We're going to be ending this in just a couple minutes. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put it on the chat or the Q&A. And again, reach out to Kayla or myself, and you know, we will be glad to speak with you one-on-one and take you through, you know, answer any questions that you have, take you through the process, get you up and running. Lastly, there's a book that you may want to buy. It's by Jim McCord. It's called A Revolution in Real Estate. And this is where both of us learned how to use this system to go after FSBOs and expireds. And Jim lays it out from A to Z in his book. He has his cards, his campaign, what he says, everything is laid out. And that book, you could download it for a couple dollars, or you can buy the paperback for less than $10. And it's on Amazon. Jim McCord, M-C-C-O-R-D, and A Revolution in Real Estate. It's a great book. Really will teach you a lot.
He's also a member of our Facebook group, so you get private access to him by being in our Facebook group. Also, Jolita, sorry, I didn't cover the FSBO system because it's pretty similar to the expired system. But if you go into that albums page on the Facebook page, so photos and then albums, the FSBO system is there. Same layout as the expired. It's just a little bit different verbiage and different cover photos. So you can find all of that on there. That's available for everyone. I don't really treat FSBOs very differently than expireds. They take a little bit more follow-up, and that's totally fine. I don't mind at all. But my bread and butter is working with people who aren't quite so, sometimes so adverse to real estate agents. So for some reason, expireds are just like my best friends. Judy, Gary, get in touch with Judy for sure. And then, yeah, any other questions? Jolita, I think I added you. I think I saw your name come across on the Facebook group. Let me post that one more time.
One thing, Kayla, is that on your Facebook page, there are a couple videos. So if you click on the video link.
Yeah. Let me do a screen share real quick, just because this is super helpful. I'll show you where this is. So if you go to, so if you go to the real estate resource, sorry, I'm not really with it right there. Okay, so if you go to the real estate resource, there's the page. I think we've got, wow, almost 300 members. We just started this, so that's awesome. Go to videos. And one of the things that we learned people will struggle with is the organization aspect of how this works. Where are my videos?
Uh-oh. There they are. Oh, where are they?
No, they're not there.
Well, that's odd.
That's peculiar. So I I wonder if that's because my assistant left the group. So.
Oh, I can't imagine that.
I don't know. She wasn't very happy when she left.
There was a question on here about, is this recorded? Yes, this webinar is recorded. I will be sending it out to everyone that signed up with EXP. But if anyone else wants this recording, please make sure that we get your email address and we will send that out to you.
Yes, absolutely. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the recordings that she had posted on here. And I'll repost them into the videos section. Don't know quite where those went, but they were essentially a video, like a webinar screenshot video of her walking through the steps on how to stay organized and how to process everything so that you stay organized, you get everything done really quickly, and you make the most of your time. You did look on the left side for videos. Am I on the wrong site? Videos. It's not popping up for some reason. It says no results. So maybe it's just being grumpy, but I know they're recorded somewhere, so I will find them. I will get them on there because they are super helpful. It's about an hour and a half video, but it literally walks you step by step on how to process a group of people to send them all on the same expireds so that you don't have, or to send them all, to start them all in the same campaign. So you don't have to do each one by one. It's pretty awesome. You can see them right now. Okay. Joy, thank you so much. They're in there, you guys. Joy, maybe you can email me the link. I'm going to put my email in here because I cannot find it for the life of me, but I'm glad they're there. That's a plus. It might be because she blocked me. That would make sense. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, I didn't even put those together. Yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, no, it's because she blocked me. So I'm glad that you guys can see them. I'm glad that they're still there. That's really all that matters. But those are super helpful videos. They will walk you literally step by step through it. I can't even reiterate how detailed they are. But yeah, if you have any other questions, we've got one in the chat and one in the Q&A. Oh, that was the expired thing. Where'd the chat go? What did I do? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so bad at this sometimes. Try the link above for the first video. So Joy, I'm going to post that link down here to everyone. So that's the first video, guys. They are in there. Unfortunately, my assistant is not very happy with me, or my former assistant is not very happy with me, so she blocked me, so I can't show you where they are or what they look like. Just a heads up. But they are there, so that's good. Yay. Anything else, guys?
Well, we really appreciate you being with us. I know this is some great information. It's a lot of information, so we're happy to send the recording to you. And again, if you want to check out our websites, please feel free to do so. Reach out to Kayla or myself, or if another person invited you, I know Julie invited a couple realtors, and we've got some other people that are probably invited people as well. So reach back to the person that invited you to this webinar, and if they can't answer your questions, they will know someone that can. So Kayla, thank you as always so much for being on this webinar. You're just a joy to work with, and I just love the success that you're having using this, and it's just always great to chat with you. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate your time.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.